We're the company behind LinkNYC, which is the huge project to replace every single one of the payphones in New York City with brand new kiosks bringing free gigabit Wi-Fi, free phone calls, access to city services, rate wayfinding, and all of the good stuff for free to everybody in New York. It's a very ambitious technological project. We're pulling something like 500 miles of fiber right through the streets of New York, which is it's a difficult thing to do. That's essentially like driving all of the way to Boston and back. That would be easier, actually. And so, you know, we're up against everything that New York can throw at us. We just had some incredible snowfall. I think, you know, the biggest snowfall in New York in a long time. And so these environmental pressures add up. But actually, we're off to a great start. We have almost 100 already in the street. I think 27 of them are switched on, bringing free Wi-Fi, free phone calls, and access to the internet. So we're really happy with the project so far. In New York, there are something like 2.5 million people who currently don't have access to broadband internet. And that's a shocking figure. It limits them from an education perspective, from an employment perspective, from an entertainment perspective. And so this is one way to ensure that everybody has access to the internet. Also, increasingly, we lead our lives, our online lives, with our mobile devices, not just at home, not just at work. And so, you know, we're helping people reimagine accessing the internet as they move throughout the city. I think we're expecting 60 million tourists in New York next year, so a huge amount. This is going to be great for every single one of them. They'll know that they can access this incredibly fast Wi-Fi for free. So it does bring a huge amount of utility really to everybody. You know, populations are exploding in cities. More people than ever live in cities. I think last year was the first time that that the balance was weighed in favor of cities rather than the countryside, essentially, where people live. There's a huge amount of pressure also on data. There's an explosion in data. We're all carrying so many devices, wearables these days, that it's really becoming an issue. Also, cities have, in some cases, kind of aging technological infrastructure. And so this is a really great example of working with the city of New York to reimagine that aging infrastructure, in this case, those payphones, and deliver this incredible service. And I think increasingly you'll see these kinds of public-private partnerships where we do bring this kind of utility to cities and to citizens. We will fundamentally change the way that the city looks. As I said, we're replacing 10,000 old payphones and replacing them with these beautiful new structures, which are just shy of 10 feet tall, incredibly beautifully designed by Antenna Design. And so it will change the streetscape. It will change the way that New York looks. There'll be a huge amount of them. And it's already beginning to change people's behavior in terms of connectivity and the way that they communicate to each other. We're working on lots of use cases around the way that the city can communicate to the citizens, them to it. And also, I think LinkNYC represents New York's first step to becoming a smarter, more responsive city, one that's egalitarian, that offers the same amount of service regardless of where you come from, your background, your income, your physical ability. I think that this is a great step forward, and I think that we'll know when we've been successful, when we have as many people as possible using the Wi-Fi. And we see them pretty much, you know, if not on every street corner, then certainly every other street corner. So there's lots of things that we're going to achieve with LinkNYC, and I think we've already made a great start, and we're going to see them happen. Who do I think of when I think of the word success? I wish I could say my football team, but in 41 years of time traveling on this planet, I've never really seen us win anything. So it's a very difficult answer to provide, but you know, I think we very much admire companies like Uber and Facebook and Google, companies that have kind of reconfigured the way that we behave, create amazing products that people fall in love with and give them away for free. And I think, you know, that's what we aspire to be as far as Intersection is concerned, and certainly what LinkNYC we hope to inspire people to love it, use it every day, and to feel it's part of the fabric of their lives.